There we go. We should be okay to go now. Okay, there we go. There's our cautionary statement that you can read at your leisure. That's obviously up on our website. Just a quick company overview. I think we maintain our reputation as a leading exploration company. We do have a good track record of success. I always like to remind people back to 2012 with our generation development and sale of the Joaquin project, which was a good liquidation event at that moment in time. We still maintain a very conservative share structure, and we have a significant insider ownership. We maintain to offer quality gold, silver, and copper exploration projects. We move forward on our own and also with partners. So we're still focused on that highly prospective and mine-friendly jurisdictions of Chile and Argentina. And over the years, we've been there for a long time, and we have established a very strong in-country permitting and operating expertise. We were well funded for our exploration, and we have well-funded JV partners as well. Pending drill and exploration results from recently completed programs in the 21-22 season that will be flowing out shortly. And we've also planned an extensive exploration and drill programs for the next season of 2022 and 23. Just 1 sec, we'll see if we can get this moving again. It's stalled on me, but there we go. Just a quick project portfolio overview. Basically, at the moment, Mirasol has two self-funded projects. You can see those on the map on the right. They're both over in Chile, specifically Sobek and Banya at Inca Gold. We have seven partner-funded projects currently ongoing and active. And as always, Mirasol maintains a strong pipeline of early and mid-stage projects. Below on this slide, you can see our exploration partners, a quality lineup of partners working with us together in Mirasol. And I think that's a really good example of finding the right partners for the right projects. So we take a lot of pride in being able to attract quality partners. Share structure and treasury of the company. Shares outstanding at the moment are 54 million. Shares fully diluted would be 58. And we have a market cap at about $38 million Canadian. Cash on hand, 8.5 million. And we also hold about $700,000 worth of shares in Silver Sands. Our insider holding at the moment is about 32%. I'd just like to draw your attention that cash position and the details on this page are from December 31st, 2021. So looking forward to the end of the year, which is actually June 31st for Mirasol, we're probably going to be around 6 million as far as treasury. Flagship properties, both self-funded and active projects, as I mentioned previously, obviously Sobek and Banya within the Inca Gold. And on the right-hand side, you see Altasor, which we may be moving forward on our own, and San Juan. We've got those three new copper projects moving forward within the company. We'll start with Sobek. It's getting a lot of attention lately, obviously, for good reason. We actually started this project out several years ago with a smaller property portfolio, and we've moved it up over the years, and we're now currently over 11,000 hectares at Sobek. So Chile-wise, that is a fairly large project holding. It's a porphyry copper, and there may be some high sulfidation gold potential there as well. We've got some pretty good neighbors because just 7 kilometers straight to the east of us is Filo del Sol, Filo Mining. Obviously, that's been drawing a lot of attention over the years with some spectacular intersections, some of the best intersections on the planet. Obviously, Sobek is 100% owned by Mirasol. We've been able to get the access agreements secured in that area, so we have free access to all of our portfolio there. Last August, we actually did an air mag survey that was completed, and we got our maiden reconnaissance and detailed follow-up surface exploration at Sobek recently completed. Obviously, those results are still pending, We're excited about Sobek because it's located in one of the world's most endowed regions for these giant magmatic hydrothermal ore deposits. This was based and was actually staked prior to all the hype on Filo. It was staked based on the prospective alteration responses and the local and district scale structural architecture. So we're right smack in the middle of a fast developing mineralized district, which obviously includes Filo del Sol and Jose Maria, just to the east of us in Argentina. So a little more detail. As I mentioned last August, we did a high resolution, almost 2,700 lines of heli-supported aeromagnetic survey, and that was completed by High Sense Geophysics of Chile. Everybody knows them. They do a really good job, and they did a good job for us. So that information has given us a really improved understanding of the structural architecture in the area. It's defined multiple highly prospective geophysical magnetic targets, both highs and lows, that we're following, and obviously this has provided a very strong base for the maiden in-field target reconnaissance program that was just finished. So you can see a picture there on the right of our Sobek Central area, and in the background up on the Chile-Argentine border, there sits Filo del Sol. So the initial recon campaign into the area did confirm the presence of porphyry-type geology and alteration assemblages, really prospective geological units hosting widespread areas of hydrothermal clay alteration, which is obviously good to see. The volcanic and sedimentary complexes there appear to be underlain and flanked by igneous intrusive rocks of intermediate to mafic composition. And the intrusive rocks locally host interesting structural complexities, hydraulic brecciation, and some interesting mineralization. So the detailed field review that was recently completed, it was a property-wide geochemical sampling, including a detailed soil grid at Sobek Central, and local detailed geological mapping over some of the more priority prospects. And as I mentioned earlier, those results are pending, so we're looking forward to getting those in and reporting back. Altusar, this is one of our high Andes projects up on the border with Argentina and Chile. It's obviously within that Miocene belt of northern Chile. It's a large package of 33, so as I said, that's a large package for Chile. It's both. It's high sulfidation epithermal and also copper porphyry potential there. It's got really good access because there's a paved highway that goes through the international pass at Paso de Seco and heads back to Calama. And we're actually, we've just had US $3 million in expenditures spent on that project by an outgoing partner, and they have left us with 4 really well-defined drill targets. So we're working towards that maiden drill program, hopefully before Easter of 2023. That's the field season. The community engagement is continuing to address the concerns and achieve a mutually beneficial agreement there. And I must say that's moving well. So this could be self-funded or potentially partner-funded. We're still looking into what's the best way to move Altusar forward. So, Altusar, it's a really large district-scale zoned alteration system, and it's preserved. This is really interesting because it's preserved at a level that could very easily conceal the high sulfidation epithermal gold deposit beneath these barren steam-heated caps, and also the post-mineral cover. To me, this represents one of the last untested Chilean lithocaps. So the geological features identified are similar to other high sulfur epithermal multi-million ounce discoveries in the district that are located up in that all the prospective Miocene mineral belt. Some examples there are Alturas with Barrick and Salares Norte with goldfields. Just really quickly, I want to put on the screen, that's the 4 drill targets we've been left. All that has to be done here is put a road up and put the platforms in. The drill targets are ready to go. And as you can see, they've all been based on prospective geological features, alteration features, and also CSAMT geophysical responses. And there's some really good resistant features in here that are really looking like stellar drill targets. San Juan, porphyry copper projects. Obviously, San Juan is drawing a lot of attention these days. We actually have 3 separate properties representing just over 10,000 hectares in the province of San Juan. This is obviously over in Argentina. These are all considered porphyry copper prospects. They're all located south of Mirasol's Osiris project, which is another copper porphyry project just on the Chilean side, right up on the border. Lots of good neighbors in the area. We have projects like Altar, Pachon, and Pilambres. Further south, we have Novicio and West Wall over in Chile. So these are all 100% staked, generated, and owned by Mirasol. So the field reviews that got done over the field season, they all confirmed porphyry style signatures. Obviously, the assay results are still pending. Things are slow on the assay turnover, but we should have them shortly. But the field reviews obviously did confirm that all the projects, have geological characteristics in line with other copper porphyry projects in that Miocene-Pliocene belt on both sides of the border. And they all display large indications, large footprints, good structural settings, and strong indications of mineralization. I think of all the 3 projects, they're all very unexplored, but Tefnut appears to be a clear standout with respect to highly prospective geology and alteration. And I'll just show you, this is basically a teaser picture, just to show you the scale and intensity of the alteration present at Tefnut. It's a large area. It's 1.5 by 1.5 kilometers of intensely altered rock. So we're looking forward to getting the results in, get them compiled and reporting them back to all of you. This is another self-funded project called Inca Gold. This is a gold copper project located in Chile. It's lower down. It's in the Paleocene belt of Chile. So what's that mean? It's lower elevation. It's got year-round access. There's obviously lots of infrastructure nearby because it has been an active area for so long. It's in the Inca del Oro mining district. This is actually controlled through an option agreement with Newmont, something we don't generally do, but we're optioning into this project. We saw such a stellar opportunity here. We've taken it on, and we're entering into the 3rd year here, so it's moving quickly. We've done our minimum drill commitment, and we have required the contractual expenditures. We now have them met up until early 2023. So we did get that geophysical survey done at Vanya that I've talked so much about. And in that Newmont package, there's actually multiple prospects, various mineralization styles, including what we're looking at Vanya, which is a conceptual concealed copper gold porphyry. There's other prospects in the package, but we're concentrating at the moment on Vanya. Just quickly on Vanya, Newmont originally did significant work there. They did some grid-based soil geochemistry and ground mag. Just quickly, what happened there, they defined a pretty spectacular gold anomaly on surface, and it had a multi-element halo of pathfinder elements. So that looked really good. And in conjunction with that, the ground mag detected a really striking magnetic depletion zone, which was kind of cradled between those very 2 notorious north-northeast and north-northwest structures. So that's an ideal setting. And what I said, if I can go in there and do IP and get a chargeability anomaly under that multi-layered exploration data set, it's going to be a pretty good drill target. So we've got that geophysics done. We've just completed that systematic IP pull dipole over the existing gold anomaly there at Vanya. And we may actually fill in some of those lines to see if we can tighten up that geochemical grid. The final geophysical interpretation isn't far away. So I'm really excited about putting all those layers together and seeing what we have at Vanya. Just quickly going through the partner-funded projects at the moment. We have a company called Encantada, which is actually Minera Activa, a Chilean fund working on our Nord. We reported some results not too long ago, and they've defined some new quality untested drill targets there as well to be followed up on. Ruby, we're just organizing to try to get that deep seeing geophysics in that will aid us in focusing our next drill campaign. At Virginia, obviously, we've been moving forward with 4 drill campaigns over the last years. We just completed phase 4. That's been completed, and we're obviously waiting for results there. At Homanaki, which is with Patagonia Gold, and that's just south of their Kapuesi operation. They've reported geophysics, the sampling and mapping activity. I'm waiting to get an update from them on that, see how that has gone. At Coronation, we have First Quantum in there, large porphyry copper prospect. Looking forward to getting the drills in there as soon as possible. They're just working through the community consultation, and they actually have to do 3,000 meters worth of drilling here fairly soon. As a Gorbea belt, that's where we have a partner with Newcrest. It's high sulfidation epithermal gold silver. They're actually out there evaluating some of the other projects in the Gorbea belt, because it's actually got 9 properties all told there. So their results are pending from this season's work on the other properties. Libanesa with Golden Arrow. We just finished the drill campaign there. It was a 12-hole campaign for a total of 1,716 meters. And again, those results are still pending, so looking forward to getting those in as well. At the Gorbea belt, it's another high Andes project up in the Pliocene. We've had the property for some time. We had Yamana in there. Newcrest has been in there for a long time now. It's about 70 kilometers north of a very similar project, Salares Norte with Goldfield. So Newcrest is earning into that. They did make the $500,000 payment not too long ago, and now they're moving forward with that $15 million spend to get their 51%. So it's a large land package. As I said, 9 prospects in the Gorbea belt. These are large outcropping gold systems, particularly at Atlas and Titan. They did get that 2,000-meter drill program done at El Dorado and Atlas not too long ago. So at the moment, as I mentioned, Newcrest is focusing the rest of the season, which is now done, of course, to review the untested projects of Ventura, Denai, Orion, and Aldebaran to see if they can define drill targets for the upcoming exploration season, which will be next September, October. Another high Andes project. This is Coronation, as I said, with First Quantum. It's porphyry copper and high sulfidation epithermal gold. Very similar to El Tesoro, actually, and not too far from El Tesoro. El Tesoro is just 20 kilometers to the north of this, and they're very similar in character. You can see that First Quantum is putting that district together, as they have Taca Taca. They've worked up Sacopa, and Coronation is just across the border in Chile. So that's a pretty remarkable emerging district there that First Quantum is moving forward. So they're advancing that community engagement process to secure the support for the drilling program. As I mentioned, 3,000 drilling coming up, and the surface sampling, alteration, and geochemical mapping, and the geophysical surveys that have been done have outlined a really, really attractive porphyry target at Coronation, and it again displays very similar characteristics to other properties in the area up in that productive Maracunga belt. Coming back down into Argentina, down to Patagonia, where we have our Virginia project, and that's in joint venture with Silver Sands. It's a low to intermediate sulfidation system, silver vein prospect. We have that option to Silver Sands. There's a US $6 million exploration expenditure over 3 years. They've just finished their second year. They have spent that $3 million, and now they have to move forward and spend another $3 million on that project before May 23rd of next year. There's been 10,000 meters of drilling completed with Silver Sands since the option began. Phase 1, 2, and 3 really showed strong potential for resource expansion. We just finished phase 4, as I mentioned. Results are pending there. And I'll just remind you, Mirasol did define a small silver resource back there, 43-101 compliant back in 2012, 2013. So just quickly showing you the vein field here on the screen. That 12-meter hole program recently completed, and that was designed to follow up on those key prospective areas from the previous campaign. The highlights from Virginia, Maine, I think we've confirmed the potential for new well-mineralized structures to expand outside that current resource. We've encountered significant intercepts at the gaps and extensions of the principal veins, Valley North, Martina, and Julia, and we've got a new discovery there of the Margarita vein trend, which is really coming together nicely. At Libanesa, I mentioned previously, that's the project we have. It's also in Santa Cruz with Golden Arrow. It's a low sulfidation epithermal, as typical in Santa Cruz. Golden Arrow has just completed that first maiden drill program on that project. We just started this deal with them in October of last year, so they've moved ahead very quickly. So in Libanesa, there's lots of prospects in the property, very diversified geological, geochemical, and geophysical supported drill targets. I think Cerro Plomo was the principal target. That's the one that most of the drilling was spent on this campaign. So this is Cerro Plomo here, and then Lagunita was further north, but Cerro Plomo was the principal target. It's a 50-meter wide, well-mineralized gold, silver, hydrothermal breccia that's exposed at surface. It's a bit of a different beast for Santa Cruz, but we're looking forward to getting the results in from that campaign. So just to kind of a bit of a wrap up, as you can see, all kinds of activity in our portfolio, both from Mirasol itself and also from our partners. And just, I was mentioning results pending. There's lots of results coming in here, starting now and coming in for the weeks and months to come. Obviously at Sobek, we're looking forward to getting that compiled. At Inca Gold, we want to look at the recent IP results that we've just lifted off the Vanya prospect. At Libanesa, they've just finished the campaign, results pending. At Virginia, just finished the campaign, results pending. At Nord, a really good new drill target defined. And San Juan, unexplored with alteration and good structural setting. Tefnut has really stood out in that portfolio. So just the takeoff here is just to see the amount of activity going on in the Mirasol portfolio at the moment, and lots of news flow for the next several months will be flowing out of our compilation of results. So just to summarize, focus Mirasol, everybody at the company, everybody associated with the company is focused on making that next discovery, whether that be in Chile or Argentina or maybe even both. And, we're doing that by defining and drill testing multiple quality exploration projects, and that's through self-funded and partner-funded exploration. So I hope all of you are as excited as I am. It's going to be an interesting next field season for sure. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate it. And yes, it certainly is exciting. And as Tim mentioned, given the seasonal nature of the exploration in South America, which really runs from October through March each year, of course, we're now expecting quite a large volume of results from our last season's programs to be coming through over the course of the coming weeks. I'd like to now open up the lines to any questions that participants may have. I'm not sure whether they do that individually, Troy, or whether we release them.
Yeah, they can just unmute their mics if they have a question, or they can enter through the chat.
Good.
Control as well.
I'm sure you all heard that. Any questions from anyone? Hearing none, I'd like to once again thank my colleagues on the board for their participation. I'd like to thank management. Tim, you and your team have done an extraordinary job this last season, operating safely under trying circumstances with COVID. We're very pleased with the progress you've made. Troy, I'd like to welcome you on board formally. We're very pleased to have you as part of Mirasol. Your deep experience, I think, is going to help improve our communications with our partners, with our stakeholders, our shareholders. So welcome aboard. There being nothing further, I'd like to once again thank everyone for their participation, and we'll call this informal section of the meeting to an end. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. A real pleasure.